The first test in the Fight Science Lab will determine if a martial artist can really strike with the speed of a snake. It's Serpent versus Kung Fu Fighter. The team of experts include biomechanical engineer Dr. Cindy Burr.
I'll be able to actually track that finger.
Sports physiologist David Sandler. And martial arts experts James Liu and Craig Reed. And the martial artist is Li Jing. This Beijing native won numerous national wushu championships in China before moving to the United States.
速度, speed.
Her specialty is speed.
蛇拳, the snakes.
Snake-style Kung Fu focuses on attacking vulnerable vital areas like the eyes, groin, and joints for maximum debilitation. Li Jing's reptilian rival is this albino western diamondback rattlesnake. Diamondback rattlesnakes have extremely toxic venom. They're responsible for more human fatalities than any other snake in the United States. For this reason, the snake handlers insist on a mandatory safety meeting.
We have a hot snake on set, which means it's venomous. It's not a toy, it's not play-like, it's the real deal. The best thing we do is just remain calm and just act professional, and we'll be fine. Coming out, guys.
For a snake, speed is truly of utmost importance to them for survival. They have to be able to strike and get back into a defensive position right away, because if they strike and stay in the strike position, they are now vulnerable.
Watch him. He's sporty right now. He's pissed.
So we're going to give our snake a target. We're going to give the rattlesnake a red balloon to strike. And we're going to use our high-speed video equipment to actually track how fast the snake was able to strike the balloon.
If the snake sees the balloon as a threat, it will strike. The snake hits it with blinding speed, but our high-speed video analysis allows us to break down each millisecond of this lethal attack.
We were filming the snake at 1,000 frames per second, so we could really slow it down and look at its motion.
To reach the balloon, the snake travels 4.65 inches in 29.5 milliseconds. So this albino rattler struck at over 13 feet per second.
So, Li Jing, what do you think? Do you think you can go that fast with your strikes?
I'll try.
You'll try?
Try my best.
Li Jing's target will be this life-sized polyurethane head form.
So, Li Jing, we're going to target the eyes, but we're going to make it a little difficult on you. The head form is actually going to move.
To simulate a live opponent, the head will bob and weave. A dot is placed on Li Jing's finger to assist the motion tracking analysis. Can she possibly strike as fast as the deadly reptile?
3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, Li Jing, how hard was that?
That was hard.
That was hard.
Yeah, they're moving quick.
So, Li Jing, this is where you're striking. This is your beginning position. As you can see, you strike right there. And you're at 4.2 meters per second. So you're just a little bit faster.
Wow. You are the winner. Nice work.
Are you
That was great. Yeah.
Beat the snake.
I beat that snake. Oh, he's a tough one.
Yeah.
To the naked eye, the snake appears to strike faster than Li Jing. But analysis of the high-speed footage reveals that to reach the head form, Li Jing's hand travels 15.5 inches in 94.7 milliseconds. This equals 13.78 feet per second, proving that Li Jing actually moved almost 5% faster than the snake. And she struck with perfect accuracy. So how does Li Jing strike with such precision and velocity? Fight Science technology takes us inside her body. The key to Li Jing's accuracy is hand-eye coordination and muscle memory. Repeating an action over and over again fortifies neural pathways in the central nervous system, allowing a person to perform this same action without conscious input from the brain.
We can indeed mimic the snake, not just the technique, but also its speed.
Modern science confirms that a kung fu fighter can master some killer moves from this deadly reptile. But perhaps the most legendary and lethal animal style of all focuses on sheer, raw power. It's based on one of nature's strongest and most dangerous predators.
The tiger. Yeah! 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 Hey! Yes! Lethal. Yes! 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 Ferocious.
Ren Foster is a martial artist with black belts in several disciplines, and he's inspired by the intensity of tiger-style kung fu.
It's one of those animal styles where you're copying some intense emotions. For example, if you see the snake, there's no emotion. You see the praying mantis, there's no emotion. How could you have one? But then when you see a tiger, it's like, ah! It's intense. It's a ferocious martial art. And so we use our hands like the tiger claw.
Tigers are apex predators dominating the top of the food chain for good reason. They're brutally strong, capable of crushing the throat of their prey with a single lethal strike. Here in the Fight Science Lab, our scientists are going to measure if a martial artist can generate the force of a tiger.
This is one of the main martial arts styles in Chinese Kung Fu, the tiger style. And in the tiger style, we learn to strike and we swat like a tiger, but we do it more circular.
Okay, so we really want to compare your tiger claw strike to an actual tiger claw strike, okay?
And there's only one way to do that. Go head to head and claw to claw. The fifth and final animal-style kung fu can help a fighter claw his way to the top of the food chain, tiger style. The tiger claw strike is considered one of the most powerful blows in all of the martial arts. So the Fight Science team is poised to measure man versus tiger. Because of the immense dangers of working with a tiger, animal wrangler Hayden Rosenauer calls for a safety meeting.
Today we have a real live wild striped tiger on set today with big sharp teeth and fangs and claws and all that. She is a wild animal and we want to treat her that way. If she somehow breaks a cable and comes off of this thing, just stand up and stand where you're at. Never run. I don't care what goes down. Do not run out of here.
Running makes you look like prey to the tiger. And there's a reason that this creature is an apex predator at the top of the food chain. Raw power. This dominance is reflected in the tiger-style kung fu. It's not defensive. It's all about the offensive attack. Swift, strong, and merciless.
I actually just found out that we're doing a test with a real tiger. The fact that they're going to compare my technique to a tiger's technique, it's amazing. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. And I'm a little nervous about going up against it.
We want to know how much force a tiger strike can generate and how the tiger claw kung fu technique stacks up in comparison.
So we had to come up with something that we knew the tiger would kind of swat at.
Right.
Okay, so we have an instrumented kind of soccer ball. So there's an accelerometer inside, and we know it weighs about 1.5 pounds. Okay, so we're going to start with having the tiger strike at that ball.
The soccer ball, with an accelerometer implanted inside, will measure how many pounds of force the tiger can generate with a single swipe of its paw. This will give us a baseline reading, and then Bren will do the same thing to see how a human version of the tiger claw compares.
She looks like she's playing with it there, Brett. She's got her eye right on it. Look at her whiskers all standing up.
Even though he's been working with this tiger since she was a cub, Hayden is still extremely cautious as he tries to get the big cat to take a swipe at the target.
Good, get it.
If she struck him by accident,
Jeez.
Not my hand.
it could be lethal.
That was fast. That was fast for the meat.
Although this tiger is clearly playing, this single swipe at the target generates over 1,400 pounds of force. Now that we've established a comparative baseline, it's time to find out if Bren's tiger claw technique can possibly generate as much force as its namesake.
I'm going up against a 600-pound tiger today. I only weigh 176 pounds. If me and this tiger were in the ring together, I've got no chance.
Okay, Brad, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, strike!
The strike is blindingly fast. But could it be anywhere near the power of a tiger?
Okay, let's take a look at the high-speed video of both the tiger and Bren striking the instrumented ball. Look at that focus. I mean, he is
that is
completely
amazing.
focused on the ball, and then he strikes it right there.
Wow.
Well, let's see if Bren had that focus that we're talking about.
Yes, he does.
Oh, look, he
Yeah,
does.
look at that.
He absolutely does.
Look at that.
Yep.
Such growl.
It's got
With that strike, Bren, you were able to generate 2,600 pounds of force. So
Holy
about
jump.
twice what the tiger generated.
But let's not forget, the big cat was only playing.
It was literally playing around. I would imagine on an attack, it would be so much greater in terms of the force output.
No one knows how much force a tiger on the attack can really generate. It's simply too dangerous to measure. Our experts estimate that it's over 10,000 pounds of force. But for human fighters, it's the technique that matters most.
But to actually have a live tiger in front of you, you can actually see the comparisons very clearly.
The technique is very similar. But how much damage can it really do? Tiger-style kung fu is legendary for its explosive power and ferocious claws. To find out what Bren's tiger claw strike is really made of, he'll have to use it against an opponent. Bren will attack this biofidelic head form designed to react like human flesh and bone.
Okay, Bren, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, attack!
Holy jumping.
Ouch, man.
The strike actually shreds flesh and nearly tears the trachea out of the throat. A lethal technique. These are the deadly results of the tiger claw seen from the inside out. Tiger claw fighters actually harden their fingertips, striking hard objects repeatedly. This actually breaks the finger bones a little at a time. They're called microfractures. Cells called osteoblasts then repair the microfractures by adding calcium to the external layer of the bone, making them harder and denser over time. These impacts also tend to increase the pain threshold of the nerves in the fingers, raising the limit at which they send pain signals to the brain. To perform the tiger claw strike, fingers must be solid, like claws. Because there are no muscles in human fingers, most of the work is done by the arm. With the right training, the fingers are capable of actually tearing into flesh, similar to the claws of a tiger. It's a devastating technique.
Attack!
There's no way in the world I think I will ever get the opportunity to use this technique on a human, and I wouldn't want to. But to be able to test this particular technique, it's invaluable.
Obviously, this is a skill we hope we never have to use. But it's good to see Tiger Kung Fu is not just a flashy style, but it's an effective technique that can do some serious damage.